Hayley Marshall's The Tanglewood Girls, read by Annie Sheppard. Copyright 2016 Hayley Marshall, all rights reserved. No part of this publication may be reproduced, distributed or transmitted in any form or by any means, including photocopying, recording or other electronic or mechanical methods, without the prior written permission of the author, except in the case of brief quotations embodied in critical reviews and certain other non-commercial uses permitted by copyright law. To legally perform this play, you must obtain licensing from the author. To find up-to-date information on play royalties for The Tanglewood Girls, please visit thetanglewoodgirls.blogspot.com. Printed in the United States of America. First printing 2016. ISBN 978-154-112-895, ISBN 13 1541122-895. The Tanglewood Girls, a play. Setting, another time, another place. Characters, Grace, Mary and Eleanor. Scene 1, Grace's cottage. Grace and Eleanor are on stage. What have the others told you? They told me that I'm not in prison anymore. They said that the moment I landed on Tanglewood Island, I was free. You are free, and you're free to live in this cottage. I know it doesn't look like much, but once you get work, you can rent a house, and you'll be given free food for the next month. My sister and I thought we were being sent to an actual prison on Tanglewood Island. Everyone on the island was a prisoner at one time. They take us here and they leave us here, and then we live our lives on the island. So we really are not prisoners anymore. No. I run my own store on the north end. I built my own house. If you saw my life and the lives of the others, I think you would be impressed. The mainlanders sent you here to get rid of you, not to lock you up. I think you should know that I'm not guilty, I'm innocent, and my sister is innocent too. And I am innocent as well. So is my husband. I haven't met a single person on the island who says they were guilty. But it doesn't matter now. You can have a new life on Tanglewood. You just need to find work, make some money, and everything else will fall into place. How long have you been here? 10 years. And you're happy? Yes, very. When I first came to Tanglewood, I was just like you. I had a life back home. But now, my life is here, and it is wonderful. Let me give you a tour of the island. You need to see how amazing it really is. I'm sure my sister would love to go on the tour too, but I don't know where she went. She's probably on a tour with one of the others on the welcoming team. Why don't you catch up with her later? Scene 2, Grace's cottage. Mary is waiting for Grace. Grace enters. Mary, isn't this terrific? We're not in prison anymore. Tanglewood Island is just another prison. You simply don't see it yet. Where have you been? I've barely seen you since we got off the ship. Eleanor, one of the women on the welcoming team, she took me on a tour of Tanglewood. The island is great, and after the tour was over, I met our neighbours, and they're so friendly. This island is amazing. I was already taken on a tour. I'm not impressed. Mary, I think I found a place where I can work. Work, huh? So this isn't a prison, but you still have to work. That's the catch, Grace. They're going to work us to death. No, they're not. We just need jobs so we can get money and then everything else will fall into place. Mary, I think we have some hope now. This is 1,000 times better than the prison on the mainland. And the people are so kind. They're nice. That's what they are. And all of those nice people, they probably work for Tanglewood prison. But the people seem to like us. They seem just like us. I don't think this is a prison. I think it's a community. They're probably slowly poisoning us through our food. And they're watching us. Who is watching us? I think that Eleanor is right. She said that the mainlanders just wanted to get rid of us. And I think things will be okay here. We'll get jobs and we'll get back on our feet. It will be just like life on the mainland. This is not just like life on the mainland. This is very, very different. On the mainland, you were a journalist. What do you expect to do here? Start an island newspaper? Well, maybe, someday. But until then, I'm going to join the fishing crew. I like the way that Eleanor talked about the fishes. It sounds appealing. You can fish? Yes. You don't know everything I can and cannot do. But can you fish well? Yes. And if I can't, then I will learn. So you're telling me you honestly want to stay here? Yes, I do. We've been in a prison for a year. I know. And this is the first time we've gotten a taste of freedom. This is practically paradise. This isn't freedom or paradise. It's too good to be true. If that is so, then I enjoy being naive. Grace, we can escape. We'll go back to the mainland. It isn't that far. We'll get new names and new identities, and we'll have the great lives we had before. How will we get back to the mainland? We can't swim the whole way. I'll build a boat. You know how to build a boat? Yes, and if I can't, then I will learn. You say you can fish, so we'll be just fine. We'll live on the fish we catch. Let's go home. Going home won't be the same. But our dreams are still on the mainland. They're waiting for us. When your dreams are stolen, you can't just get them back. I know if we look hard enough, we can find new dreams here. Scene 3, Grace's cottage. Grace and Eleanor have been talking. Mary enters, but is seen by neither Grace nor Eleanor. Someone at work fried some fish for lunch. Would you like some? Thanks, but I better be on my way. Eleanor exits. You going to offer me some fish? Mary, do you want some fish? No, I'm not hungry. What's Eleanor doing here? She gave us a cooking pan. I suppose that will help for now. Have you found work yet? I heard there's an opening at the mill. The mill? Seems like an appropriate name for a place that I would work at. It's just a flour mill. I guess so. But we're not meant to be slaves. We're writers and musicians, and we used to sing in the opera. I didn't train for years just to work at a flour mill. Then why don't you start a theatre company on the island? Or give singing lessons? I can't make a living doing that here. Eleanor thought she couldn't make a living with her store, but she did. She said it's surprising what people can do. Well, it doesn't matter what I do. Even if I'm the island's resident opera singer, I'm still stuck here. You should work as a fisher like me. You get paid and you get free fish. It's going to save us a lot of money. And we should start growing a vegetable garden. That will save us money too. Well, if I work at the flour mill, I'll get free flour. You're not the only smart one. Have you met any men yet? Grace, we've been here for 1 week. I'm not going to fall in love with a criminal. I don't think they're criminals. I think they're like us. I met someone. His name is Dominic. There are a lot of nice young men here. I think you should try to meet some. Why? To give me one more reason to chain myself here. Mary, if we go back to the mainland, we'll probably be prisoners again. Here, we are free. I bet you'll feel like leaving in a few months. We'll have the boat finished by then. In a few months, we might be able to rent our own house. And not just any house, but one of the ones on the north end. Imagine that. We can live in this cottage for now. I'm not spending my money renting a house. If you want to rent a house, you're on your own. Scene 4. A few months later, at Grace's new house, Grace and Mary are on stage. And these are the curtains that Eleanor helped me make. She said she would bring a curtain rod over this morning to hang them up. I painted this painting, but I bought the frame, and I painted this frame, but I bought the painting. And this will be my sofa during the day and my bed at night. And I'm going to build another sofa for the parlour. You call the other room a parlour? Yes, I do. Mary, someday I could buy this house. It could be all mine. You should save your money. We need more supplies for our trip. If we go back to this magical mainland, how do you suppose we will avoid being recaptured? Or do you want to be cellmates again? We'll be just fine. We'll figure something out. The boat is finished. I know. I virtually built it myself. You built 1/10 of it. I built at least half of it. I built at least half of it. I built 90% of it while you were out with Dominic. I hope you didn't tell him about the boat. No, I haven't seen him lately. And even if I had, I wouldn't want to give him the false impression that we're leaving the island. Well, we are. I quit my job yesterday. You quit? I wasn't even sure you had a job. And I should never have worked at all. Here, I've been waiting for you to go back to the mainland with me, and it's just been a big waste of time. You're never going to leave this island. No, I'm not. I'm staying here. I'm going to become a master fisher. A master fisher? Is that a thing on Tanglewood Island? Yes, it is a thing. And I'm going to be one. There are so many wonderful things on this island and so many wonderful people. We can start a new life here. The people on this island are prisoners and they don't even know it. We are living in a prison. What's going on? Don't worry, you can tell me, we're friends. My sister wants to go back to the mainland. She built a boat. Well, she built half of it. Why does she want to go back to the mainland? Because she doesn't want us to be in a prison anymore. Eleanor, are we in a prison? Because I don't think this is a prison. I think this is just life. We spend time with people and we do things we love, and sometimes we do things we hate. This is regular, typical, ordinary life, isn't it? If your sister wants to leave, then you should let her. But if she goes, then I'll never see her again. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe she's causing you trouble. But she's the only person I have left in the world. The islanders, they're great and all, but Mary's part of who I am. I can't be apart from my sister. We're both going to stay. Can you make Mary agree to that? I can't make Mary do anything. You can't? No. Grace, are you Mary? What? Do you really, truly have a sister named Mary? Or is it just a figment of your imagination? Of course I have a sister named Mary. I've never seen her. Well, maybe she's never seen you either. This is ridiculous. You just need to meet her. Mary! Mary! Come out here! What is it? Eleanor said she's never met you before. Eleanor, this is Mary. I'm sorry, I don't see anyone. Eleanor is fooling you. It's part of their plan. They're torturing us, making us feel like we're going insane. This is why we need to leave the island. Mary's not real. She's just part of your imagination. Mary, tell Eleanor you're real. I don't need to prove to Eleanor that I exist. Mary, when I first came here, I had trouble adjusting to the island too. At one point, I even travelled back to the mainland. Did they catch you? No. I bought myself a new identity and I did everything I wanted to. But the mainland was an empty dream. It didn't compare to the island. So I left and I came back here and I have never been happier. She's lying. This island is safe and friendly. It can feel like home for everyone who arrives. And if it doesn't feel like home yet, then it will. You just need to get some rest, Grace. If Eleanor wants us to go back to the mainland, then we should get the chance too. If Eleanor got to go back to the mainland, then we should get the chance too. Grace, let's go. If you go and I stay here, then maybe that will prove that we're two separate people. Maybe that's for the best. You're crazy. You're brainwashed. Everyone seems to think so. For the past few months, we have been prison on this island. No, you have been in prison. I've been in paradise. I've been enjoying my stay. You enjoy living in denial. We are in prison, aren't we? We're all prisoners. That's why we need to go back to the mainland. I know. We have to leave. but I don't know if I can. I love the island. But there are limits here. So many limits. This is nothing like the mainland. But if the mainland was so great, then why did those great people send us here? If Tanglewood Island is so great, then why do we feel like its prisoners? I never felt like a prisoner on this island. Not until today. Can we really do this? Yes. Eleanor made it back to the mainland once, so we can too. Did she really go there? Maybe it's just a lie. You're an excellent fisher. We'll be just fine. I don't want to be in prison again. For the past few months we've been free, haven't we? I don't know. There will be so many limits. We're always going to have limits, Mary. Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to leave the island or not? You want to leave. You want to feel free. But I want to stay. I feel free here. Well, I do sometimes. Other times I feel a pull, like the mainland is calling me. I feel torn between this island, which is full of hope, and my home, where I left all my dreams. You want to leave, and I want to stay. But I want to stay because I'm scared. You're not scared of leaving, so why should I be scared? Let's leave. Let's go. Let's go home. I know you made the right decision, Grace. I'm proud of you. Mary, what are you doing? You know that Eleanor is right. No, she's wrong. I have a sister, and her name is Mary. And I am not Mary. I am just part of your imagination. Your sister is back on the mainland. You need to find her. But even if you're part of my imagination, I need you with me on that boat. We've come this far, now we have to finish the journey. Why would you want me with you? I've done my duty. I'm getting you off the island. I know you can do this, Grace. And you know you can do this. Get in that boat and go home. Mary exits stage left. Grace looks into the distance, pondering her future, then exits stage right. Eleanor enters and hangs up the new curtains. The end.